All right, so today we're going to do a sequence of Qigong that builds up to building the energy or Qi in the internal organs. So in the Chinese system and Taoist system, the internal organs are super important because specifically what's called the yin organs, the solid organs, which encompass the heart, lungs, kidneys, uh, sorry, liver, um, and we want to charge those organs up because it increases vitality in the body in general. You'll feel more energized, as well as it helps the mood and the emotional state because the organs store our emotions and our negative emotions and also our positive emotional state. So modulating and supporting the internal organs allows us to both release stagnant negative emotions and also build up our positive virtue and positive emotion in the body. So it'll help a lot with feeling more energized. It'll help with mood as well. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start by just doing the usual protocol of opening up joints and releasing tension from the body first, and then we're going to work into building the organs. I'm going to close the window real quick. All right, so let's start with shaking. So bend the knees, shake the body. Center the weight over the center of your feet. Bring the elbows out to the sides, shake the arms, bouncing up and down. Relax the feet into the ground. As you close your eyes, orient your body to the earth. Then melt the feet, soften your feet. Take a slow, deep breath in, exhale long. Try to ungrip the ankles and the calves. And release your knees. And soften your thighs. Deep breath in, exhale long. Shake the arms. Good. Let go of the lower belly, lower back, hips. Nice. Breathe into the abdomen, breathe into the mid-spine, into the rib cage, and exhale long. Again, inhale right into the midsection, belly, and exhale. Breathe up into the chest, upper back. Exhale the energy tension down the arms. Shake it out. Again, inhale into the chest, upper back. And exhale. Again, inhale. Keep bouncing up and down as you do this. And exhale. Good. Let go of the neck, move the head. Inhale into the neck, shoulders, base of the skull. And again, exhale. Release the tension down and out. Good. One more time. Inhale. All right. Take your stance wider. Bend the knees, squat into the hips, twist, swing. So today on this one, when you twist, let the arms go, really relax. But then as you're twisting, raise the hand up. So the front hand taps the upper corner of the chest to start with. So right through the lung, heart area. Okay. And then the back arm, so I'm going to just tap light here because I don't want to irritate the microphone. But the back arm kind of taps the lower back area like this, very lightly, not too hard, okay? Right through the kidneys. So you're stimulating the internal organs as you're twisting the spine with the tapping of the hands. Bend the knees, squat, drop your tailbone, stay rooted as you twist, look over the shoulders, same as usual. Twisting the spine. Find the breath. Long exhale. Okay, now the front hand, drop it down and start tapping right through the spleen and the liver, right through the rib cage here. Right where the digestive organs are in the liver. Start light. Don't hit too hard in the beginning. So by tapping the organ, tapping the body like this, you're calling the chi or the energy into that area by stimulating it, opening up the blood flow, waking the body up. Okay. All right, and then relax. Shake it out. Bring the arms overhead, inhale. Open the rib cage, intercostals up. Bend the knees, drop the arms, exhale. Release the neck and shoulders. Send the energy down the arms, out the fingertips. Okay, inhale. And exhale. Release. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Arch the spine. Exhale, drop. Okay. Good. Let's clear the meridian channels. We haven't done this in a little while. So this movement is a little complex in the sense that when you get to the rib cage, when you're drawing up, you have to be a little particular with the movement. So just watch and go slow. So the idea behind this particular movement here is to trace the meridian channels in the body and to pull the toxic or heavy energy out and clear it out of the body. Okay. So you're going to start from the big toe area. You're going to slide the hands up the inner legs like this, over the belly. When you come to the upper abdomen, you're going to cross the arms across the body. One hand is going to turn, the top hand, right, is going to turn out against the bicep, and the bottom hand is going to come up against the armpit, against the inside of the arm here. So both hands are going to slide down the inner arms, and when you come to the wrists here, you're going to stop. You're not going to overlap the palms. You're going to grab the energy, pull it out, and release it. Let's do that a couple more times, okay? Inhale up the inner legs, belly, go across. The top hand comes against the inner bicep here. The bottom hand comes up against the inner arm by the armpit, and then you're going to slide down to the wrist, grab the energy, pull it out. Right? So you're dragging the energy, pulling it out through the whole meridian, and from the wrist, tossing it. Okay? Up, combing through the channels, through the body, top hand, bicep, bottom hand, armpit, down the inner arm, stop at the wrist, grab, toss. Again. To the wrist, and release. Good, one more. And release. Now, next, so those were the yin meridians, or the inner meridians. Now we're going to do the yang, or the outer meridians. So one hand comes over the wrist here on top. The other hand comes from the bottom over the wrist. So again, we're going to trace over the back side of the arm now. So from here, you're going to come from the wrist, outer elbow, outer shoulder, to the neck. Then you're going to come up over the side of the head, over the crown. Right? So you're going to cross over the crown. And then you're going to slide down around the ear, neck, shoulder. And then down to the ribs. Turn the hands here, pointing down. Come down the outer hip, outer thigh, IT band, right? All the way to the pinky toe. Pull up and out. Inhale and exhale. Toss. Clear the energy. Okay? So this is a really good one. It's a good one to practice and get good at. And it's very clarifying for the channels in the energy body. It's a really nice one. Inhale. So when I say this one, I'm talking about both of these exercises, right? The yin clearing and the yang channel clearing exercise. Okay. Nice to do after a difficult day, or if you were stressed, or if you had bad dreams, right in the morning. A couple more. One more. Okay, and just to show you, you can do this in one swoop too. So I'll just show you that. You don't have to do this. It might be a little difficult for you if you're new to this. So I just want to show you. If you want to follow along, you can. You come down to the inner wrist, and you, instead of pulling out here, you just turn the hands, you come to the outer wrist, and you keep going, and you pull the energy out through the yang, and then to the pinky toe, and pull everything out. Okay? So instead of stopping, clearing at the wrist, and then restarting to the outer wrist, you go to the inner wrist, you cross over, and calm down the yang. Okay, let's do one more of that. And you can, if you want, you could just stop it, pull out the wrists, and then do it, start again from the outer wrist, and do it separately if you want to. Just showing you an option here. Okay. All right. So let's do a little bit of joint exercises too, because it's always good to open up the joints. It just improves the overall chi flow in the body. So I know in a lot of my sessions it's a little repetitive, but they're gems, joint opening exercises. We all should be doing them, especially as as your body ages, or if you're an athlete and you use your body a lot. Even if you don't, pretty much everybody, right? Everyone should be doing joint exercises. It's one of those things that are missing from our movement repertoire and Western exercise. Okay, and then let's reverse. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on these, just going to loosen things up, get things flowing. I want to get into the organs today. Yeah, and the work with the internal organs is something I would say I think is pretty really unique about Taoist yoga, Taoist Qigong, Taoist practice, Taoist inner yoga, inner practice. You don't see it, haven't really seen it much in the Indian Hatha Yoga or even in the Tibetan yoga sequences. So it's cool stuff. It's a nice thing to have in your yoga repertoire. And it was so cool these days, in this day and age, like I can study Tibetan yoga, Indian Hatha Yoga, and Taoist yoga all together, right? And know all of that, which is amazing. We couldn't do that probably just a couple hundred years ago or 100 years ago. Didn't have access. Yeah, and then release. Arms out to the sides, drop the chin, roll the neck, open the neck. And that's sometimes a difficult thing is there's a little bit of an overload, right? There's so many things we can study. But that's why this whole field in itself, right? The field of study of yogas, meditation practices is a lifetime pursuit. You can keep studying your whole life, learning new things. It's good to learn things gradually. You don't need to learn it all now. Good. And release. Shake it out. Hands on hips, rotate the waist, torso. Targeting spine. Inhale. Exhale as you come forward. And then reverse. One more rotation. Keep your knees bent on these. Stay grounded. All right, and then come up, rotate the hips. Keep your knees a little bent. Loosen up those hips. So, these practices, again, how do you say it? For me, I really see it as a privilege to have access to these practices. Because not everyone does. Just being in a place of openness to even do some of these practices, I think having that kind of open mind in itself is a privilege. And then having access to these practices. Good, reverse. So one of my hopes with making these videos is that these practices can become more accessible to people who might not normally have access to them. So if you know anybody who might benefit from these practices, please pass them on. Because it doesn't cost anything to do these practices, really. Okay? You can do them anywhere, really. And it can really improve your mental state, your emotional state, your well-being on a very internal core level. And if you do it regularly, it can transform a lot. Good. Feet together. Knees together. Rotate those knees in circles. So I really hope that these practices get in the hands of those who might be in difficult situations or experiencing some disadvantage in some way, so they can get an edge or get an advantage through doing these practices, build their well-being, build their energy, right? Remove some of the tension, stress, and trauma from their bodies. Good. Reverse. And take more command over their lives and their nervous system. And because for me, that's, this has been, not just this, combination with a lot of other things, but has been instrumental in my own personal empowerment as an individual, bend and straighten the knees. And this is one of the reasons why I started to study this stuff in college, because I understood and knew the value of these transformative practices that the East has birthed. These mind-body practices. Good, come up. Shake the legs out. Because, very early on, my father passed away when I was 10 years old. So very early on, I understood the relevance, importance of health and well-being. And I also was really sick as a kid. And so experiencing so much, both emotional and physical turmoil, I understood how health was very instrumental in my quality of life, as well as my effectiveness in the world as a person. So your body-mind really is the foundation of your life. So practices that allow you to take more control of your health, whether it's just diet or exercise, nutrition, meditation, Qigong, yoga, very valuable, right? You can't really put a money value on it, right? It's very valuable. And so when you can begin to harness your body and mind and your health, that can become really instrumental in helping you move out of difficult circumstances in your life, right? Because you can then build the vitality, the wherewithal, the motivation, and the energy that you need to create change. And generational trauma, internal trauma, environmental, sort of circumstantial difficulties, things like that, over time, and developmental trauma, right? In terms of how we grow up, the stresses that we accumulate and the coping mechanism we accumulate as we grow up really can influence our body-mind in such a way that blocks our energy, blocks our vitality, wherein which we become encumbered, right, in our body-mind, and we can't really express our vitality, our creativity, our assertiveness in life in a positive way. And that's how I felt really when I was younger. And from my late teens, early 20s to now, I noticed a huge difference from doing these purification and energizing practices, and also doing some trauma work and healing work emotionally, and training my mind and my nervous system, that my capacity as a human grew continuously as I healed and developed in this way. Okay, so my hope is these practices help with that. And these organ exercises are very powerful in that regard. All right, so now that we've loosened up a bit, take a moment, bring your weight into the center of your feet, bend the knees, drop the tailbone. Let's go to Wuji stance just for a second. Palms facing back, fingers pointing down. Drop the tailbone, tuck the chin, lift the crown. Place the weight right in the center of your feet. And just notice the body, just from the loosening up, warming up exercises. See if there's any difference in the way that your body feels. Okay. Now from here, we're going to do a little bit of organ clearing before we do the charging internal organs. Excuse me. So we're going to do the old man type of exercise. So inhale, bring the arms out to the sides here. So I'm going to break this down just a little bit more. So again, these are organ exercises here. So when you bring the arms out here, you don't want to go all the way out to the side like this. You want to bring the arms to like a 45-degree angle. So there's a sense of softness here. With the Chinese Qigong, very often we don't extend the arms and extend the limbs and joints like we do in yoga. Okay? Because we're working more directly with the energy and internal channels, and they actually the channels like to not be fully hyperextended, but just softly extended. Okay, so when you do this, you also want to realize this next part of the exercise, we're working the lungs. So you want to bring your attention to the lung organs. And when you go like this, and you sink a little bit with the hips, you want to fill up your lungs with breath. And also with chi. So you want to visualize the lungs filling up with energy. Now as you exhale, you're going to come forward and drop the spine and drop the arms like this and swing the arms. As you're doing this, you want to exhale the tension from the organ out the hands. Okay? But specifically, if you want to be very particular, through the lung meridian into the thumb, you're releasing the tension from the lung organ, all the toxicity, the grief, the heaviness. So the lung has to do with grief. Okay? So if you're experiencing sadness or grief or heaviness, this can help move some of that out of the body, okay, and open up that channel. So you inhale, fill up your lungs. You exhale, you drop the spine, and you make this, like a serpent, the S sound as you exhale and clear the energy out from the lungs, down the arms, down the thumb line of the arms, and releasing energy. Okay, let's just do that one more time. This is the first part of the exercise. Fill up the lungs with energy. Drop, make the sound. Clear it out. Okay? Second part of the exercise, you roll the spine up, you inhale, you bring the arms overhead, curl the fingers like you're holding a bird in your hands or some delicate animal. You don't want to squish it. So you maintain a little space in the center of the palms. Chin up. Open the throat up, because now we're going to target the heart organ, and you want to keep the throat open so as you make the sound for the heart, the energy can come out of the mouth. The sound is going to be okay, like a sigh of relief. You want to make sure you feel the vibration of the sound in the heart, in the chest, okay? So it's not right? Resonating in the core, you want to resonate like in the chest. So you have to modulate the pitch of the sound, right? The pitch of the note, so it resonates the chest. Again, inhale. Next, you're going to target the spleen organ, so you lower the pitch of the sound, and you fold the torso over. Pull the elbows back, compress the ribs into the organ. Okay. So now that part you do 3 reps, so let's do 2 more. Curl the fingers, chin up, heart sound. Keep the throat open, chin up the whole time you're making the heart sound. And then lower the pitch, vibrate the spleen. Okay. One more, inhale. Okay, start from the beginning. Inhale, lungs. So we do this one time. Fill up the lung organs. Curl up, inhale, chin up. Heart sound. Spleen sound. Again, inhale. Heart organ. And spleen sound. Again. So 3 reps. Now let's just do one more round here, clearing lung. Inhale. Nice. Pull down heavens. And exhale. Good. And flush down. Pause for a second. All right, just stand, close your eyes. I'm just going to check on something. Let's just stand and close your eyes. Pause for a moment. Okay, all right. Now from here, we're going to move now towards the prep for the Taoist 5 charging exercises. So we're going to go do the yang organ exercise. So this, again, in the Chinese system, they pair the organs, the primary, what they call the primary organs, internal organs. And so most of the times when you go to the acupuncturist, they're putting needles primarily in the primary organ meridians that correlate to different organ systems, right? Like the liver, the spleen, the gallbladder, the stomach, the kidneys, the bladder, etc., on and on. Okay, lungs, large intestine, small intestine. So in the yang organ exercise, we're specifically targeting the hollow organs, such as the stomach, the gallbladder, the bladder, the small and large intestines. The function of the yang organs is to help transit nutrition and food and energy, right? So they're more like transit organs, where the yin organs, they're more solid and they actually hold charge and energy. So in this first exercise, what we're trying to do is make sure the qi or the energy is actually moving smoothly through the transit organs. And a lot of them are eliminatory organs, right? Like the large intestine, bladder, okay? And the idea is to make sure the energy is moving through so they're not getting stuck. So in this first exercise, which covers all those organs, let me show you the physical movement. You go like this, okay? So one thing you want to be aware of here, make sure you bend the knees, drop the tailbone, you're rooted on the ground. The spine is going to go into extension and deflection like this. Boom. Okay, so this is what we call extension or back bending, right? Arching the back this way, and exhale this way. So now as you're doing this with the spine, the hands are going to go like this. So as you're back bending the spine, the hands pull back. As you exhale, your hands are going to kind of push forward and then just drop like that, okay? Back bend, and then your spine is going to forward bend, round. You're going to push the hands forward, arms forward, and then just drop the arm. Good, you want to time it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so now that's the basic movement. What you want to visualize here is that there's a wheel of energy here that you're pushing and it's spinning. So as you drop your arms like this, the wheel spins and the energy circulates through the organ area, okay? And it opens up the flow. The wheel turns as you drop the arms. You know, if you like spun a wheel like this, it would just keep spinning on its axis after you push it, right? Kind of like if you took a roulette and if you spun it like this, it would just kind of keep spinning, right? So that's the idea. Inhale, back bend, and then exhale, push. Let the wheel spin. Try to visualize and feel this. And repeat. So you lift a little bit with the knees, knee strain, bend the knees, sink. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Good, a couple more. Good, and then relax. Okay. So again, all these exercises, they're probably way more powerful than you recognize or realize. You might notice that you feel a little dizzy or lightheaded after doing the last couple exercises because both of them involve either clearing energy out of the body or moving energy, okay? Which can both have a slightly reducing effect on the system. Okay? Now you'll notice a very different effect from this next set of exercises because the primary intention is to actually charge up the organs. Okay, now that we've worked the yang organ exercises and open up the circulation of the qi to the yang organs, we're going to now start building qi in the organs. Okay, so take your stance a little wider than the hips, bend the knees, drop the tailbone, sink. We're going to first target the lung organ. We're going to charge up the lungs. Okay, so let's just first bring the awareness into the lung area for a second and become aware of the lung organs. So lungs extend right underneath your collarbones here, all the way down towards the ribs. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of generally visualize and imagine where the lung organs are. And in this next exercise, as you're doing the movement, you want to visualize and imagine you're breathing in and charging qi energy into the organs. Okay? So the hand position, I'm kind of freestyle, so I like working with variations. You can either put the thumb index fingers together or apart the fingertips. Depending on the day and what I'm feeling, I'll do one or the other. Okay? You're going to bend the elbows and drop the tip of the elbows down. And you're going to soften the shoulders. You don't want to be up here with the shoulders and the elbows. You want to drop the elbows and shoulders down. Now you're not going to ever touch the hands here together. Okay? You're going to keep a little space in between the hands. You're going to bring the arms out like this. Let's just do the first of the arms. You're only going to bring the arms to like about 45 degrees. So you're not going to bring the arms all the way out to the sides like this. Doing that will actually pinch the shoulders in the meridian channel and close the channel meridian. So you want to keep it loose and just do like a 45 and not all the way out to the side. Okay? So you're going to tilt forward a little bit with the body and then bring the arms to 45. Inhale, turn the palms up. Exhaling, lean back into the heels and bring the arms back towards each other. Pause with a little distance in between the hands. Okay? Inhale. And exhale. Okay? Now, as you bring the arms to a 45, you want to lean forward into the balls of your feet. So you're rocking the body actually forward slightly, like you're falling forward. And that will naturally make you bring the head back and open the chest to prevent falling forward, and it'll actually open the lung area up. Right? Charge the organ. Now, exhale, sink back into the heels, into the hips. Right? And you'll feel the lung kind of settle back and down. Okay, good. Lean forward, inhale. Open the lungs up and breathe into the lungs and charge them up. Pause and exhale. Lean back into the heels, sink into the hips, breathe out. Okay, inhale. Charge up the lungs, fill them up. Exhale. Good, inhale. And exhale. Good, inhale. And exhale. Now, as you're doing this, because we're trying to charge the organs, you also want to elongate your inhale longer than the exhale. So the inhale is very slow and long. Pause at the end of the inhale for a second. Let the charge build in the organ. Breathe out gently, not forcefully. Okay, real gentle exhale. So you don't want to deplete all the chi from the organ. You want to charge it. Inhale. Elongate the inhale. The apex of the inhale, pause. And then exhale. Gently. Good. Inhale. Charge organ, exhale. Okay, one more. Fill her up. Exhale. Now and then bring the arms down. Okay, pause in Wuji for a moment and feel the after effect. See if you can keep the chest shoulder area open so the lungs have space. And notice if you feel any difference in the lung area after doing that. Let's do a little compare contrast. So as you're feeling the lung organ, kind of track the other organs like your liver, spleen on the left side, liver on the right side, kidneys in the back. The heart next to, in between the lungs. See if you can feel a difference between those organs. Don't worry if you can't. Okay. Just an exploration here. All right, next, kidneys. So the kidney exercise, you're going to bring the left hand. So maybe let me mirror you. Like to take the left hand, the back of the left palm, right? The back side of the hand is going to be placed right on the lower back on the right kidney. Okay? The right hand is going to come up like this. Bend the knees. Again, take your stance a little wider here. Drop the tailbone. You're going to twist the body slightly to the right and fold over. This is the movement first. And you're going to scoop with the right hand as you shift your weight over to the left. Now, as you come over to the left leg, you're going to inhale, roll the spine up. And then turn the palm, the right palm away from you, and then come across the body like this. You're going to rotate to the right. And then you're going to come down. As you come down, turn the palm so it's facing you again, and then scoop. Imagine you're standing in a river or a lake. You're scooping the water like a water wheel. You come up, you turn the hand, palm facing away from you, and you go across. Exhale as you come down. You go across. Inhale as you roll up. Okay, just get the movement down first. Twist to the right, come down, exhale. So that's the basic movement, across, inhale as you come up. Now the visualization part in this exercise, what you want to do is breathe into that right kidney where your left hand is. Okay, so as you come up, you want to inhale up the legs. Imagine breathing up into that right kidney, filling it up, holding the breath at the top for a second, and then breathing out gently as you exhale, forward bend. Okay, so you go over to the left here and inhale from the feet into that right kidney in the back. Go across, fill up, exhale. Try to feel the fullness of the kidney organ here, like you're filling it up. And then holding the energy in the right kidney as you go across. You can lightly seal the anus and the perineum. So retain the chi in the kidney. Inhale. Go slow. Exhale. I mean, these are kind of advanced or intermediate exercises because you're, again, combining movement and sometimes even fairly complex movement with the visualization and breathing. Okay, so in a sense, this requires that you have the basic skill of being able to visualize and feel the chi and direct it into a very particular organ of the body. So it's a little bit more advanced. So if you're somehow stumbled upon this video and you can't quite do this yet, try a bunch of the other ones first for a while before you do this one. Good, inhale. Now we're going to go to the top. Now we're going to switch it up, okay? So here, the other arm is going to come forward like this, switching. And this hand, with the back side of the palm, is going to come right up against the left kidney. So the palm is facing out away from you. The back side of the hand is snug against the left kidney here, okay? Again, you're going to twist over to the left, come down. Again, the hand has to turn. You're going to scoop, shift over to the right, and come up, inhale, and the palm again turns away from you. You look at the back of the hand, you go across. Okay? Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come up. Cross, and exhale as you come down. Now again, visualize the chi coming up from the feet and filling up that left kidney. And from the feet, inhale up the legs, up into the left kidney. Hold the charge. Feel the energy building. And then exhale. And exhale. So from the feet, as we come up, inhale up the legs, into that left lower back kidney area. We hold the charge, we pause, and we exhale. Let's take one more. And you get to the top and then release. Good, pause. Now just feel the difference here. See if you can feel the lower back kidneys, lungs. They feel any different from the liver and the spleen, heart. Okay. Good. Next one. So this liver exercise in its full expression is a little bit complicated. So we'll maybe just do the simpler version with the breath today. So on this one, back to the squat. Let me just show you the movement first and I'll break it down. Okay. So there's a twisting, a lifting, and a sinking action to the torso. Okay. And the arm movement here, let's start in this position first. So let's say the left palm is forward here. The wrist is cocked. The center of the palm is facing forward and the elbows bent. Okay, so you don't lock the elbows out, again, like I talked about, because it actually diminishes the flow of the chi through the channel. So you want to keep a little soft and bent quality in the arms the whole time as you extend. Okay. Now the other hand is going to be at that ribcage level with the palm facing up. From here, you're going to turn the palm facing up. You're going to sink, and as you do so, pull the arm back towards you. Okay. Now as you're pulling the arm back towards you, this hand's going to turn, and like a snow shovel, it's going to push, right? Like a snow shovel machine, whatever they call them. It's going to push the snow off the forearm, right? Like this, sliding over the forearm, over the palm, and as you're doing that, the body is starting to turn. So notice again, this movement's a little complex. okay? And then it's going to press, right? And this hand's going to slide on the bottom of the forearm, and it's going to come back, retract towards the rib here, and you're going to press and lift. Turn the palm, sink, push the snow off the forearm, right, as you're twisting the other way. Hand presses, pulls back, twist, and press and lift. Sink. Exchange the arms, press. Again, pull back. Okay. Sink. Press, twist. Okay. Now they notice my hand comes right to the midline. I'm not pushing to the side or across. It's coming just straight to the center line. Sink, press, twist, lift, sink, switch, press, twist, lift. Okay, so that's the basic movement. This is a liver organ exercise. Now, I'm going to do a breath a little different from we do traditionally. So just to make it a little easier for now. So you're going to inhale slowly as you pull the hand back to the rib. Okay, sink, exhale, press. Go slow. And then inhale. And exhale, sink. In a future session, I'll break these movements down a little bit more, give you the color, right? Tongue position, things like that. And then we'll switch up the liver breathing too, but today we're just going to go simple, okay? Because the movement is complicated enough. Inhale as you get to the hand, to the ribs. Exhale. Press, and then at the end, inhale, pull the hands back to the rib, and inhale and fill up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Good. And release. Shake it out and pause. And see if your liver organ feels any different from doing that exercise. Okay? Next, we're going to target the heart organ. Again, this one, again, is a little bit more of a complicated movement. So the liver and the heart organ exercise, those exercises, those are the most difficult, complicated ones. Okay? Tuck the tailbone, drop, sink and root. Okay? Imagine you're holding a ball of energy like this. One palm face, so let's take the right hand on top, left palm facing up, right palm facing down, holding a ball in the center. Okay? Visualize the heart organ. Inhale. Okay. Now as you exhale, very slowly, you're going to twist to the left. The top arm is going to roll up like this. Okay. Sorry, the bottom arm is going to roll up. The top hand is going to come down a bit. Okay. And then you're going to turn the palms out and press through the wrist. Now, you want to cock the wrist back here and cock the wrist here so the center of the palm and the inner wrist here stretches. We're stretching the meridians here. Okay. Now, from this position, okay, with the top hand here, wrist bent, elbow bent, shoulders dropped, wrist bent, elbow bent, and pressing, leaning a little bit, you're going to retract. So here, this bottom hand is going to turn up, top hand is going to turn down, so same orientation. Wait, sorry. No, sorry. I got it wrong. You're going to, let me just do it first. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay. So here, you're going to retract. Turn, inhale, lean to the left a little bit, and then roll the ball this way. Again, the bottom hand's going to come to the top hand's going to come to the bottom. Roll up, turn the hands, wrist press, push out to the side. Good, retract, top arm stays on top, the bottom hand turns, hold the ball, twist to the left, and then turn to the right slightly, shift weight into the right heel, turn to the left again, roll the ball. So the top hand rolls down, bottom hand rolls up, turn the palms out, press. Okay. Inhale. Retract. Exhale. Switched arm position. press, roll the ball out. So it's almost like you're taking that ball, you're rolling it, and then you're pushing the ball out to the side, and then you're capturing the ball, suctioning it, bringing it back, shifting, and then rolling that ball out and pressing it out. Okay, inhale. So now as you inhale here, you want to breathe into the heart, fill the heart up, hold the breath for a second, and then exhale, gently press, breathe out gently. Okay, inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale, hold it. And exhale. Yeah, inhale. Hold and exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. One more round. Again, as you inhale, visualize the breath coming into the heart. And exhale. Good. Inhale, center. And then exhale, push down. Root, again, pause, feel the effect. Nice. Now shake the wrist out, clear the energy from the wrist and hands. And you're going to cock the wrist like this and just pull the wrist back like this. Okay? Seal the wrist off. And then release the energy from the hands and wrists again. Okay, once clear, bring the thumb and index fingers together. Last exercise for the organ charging. We're going to work on the spleen. You're going to bend the knees, drop the tailbone. Make sure you're rooted on this one. The hands, the triangle, right, comes right over the crown. If you can, you're going to lift the chin and look up to the triangle. If that's too much for your neck, you can keep the head straight, but close your eyes and visualize and extend the awareness up through the crown and through the triangle. So you're creating a nice elongation and lift. If possible, you do want to lift the chin because it pulls on the esophagus and the whole digestive apparatus. Okay, and then as you're pulling up with the chin, you want to drop with the tailbone in the opposite direction, so it creates a stretch and an opening to the digestive organs. Now as you inhale, breathe in deep into the midsection, and as you exhale, twist to the left, looking up to the triangle. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right, looking up. Okay, inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, keep the tailbone down, hips sunken, feet grounded. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. Again, remember, you're charging the organs. You want to inhale, fill up, and hold the breath for a second in the center position, and exhale gently. Stick with it. Last round. Now center, inhale, turn the palms down, and exhale, slowly pull down. And guide the energy from the organs to the dantian, to the lower belly, and hold it there. A couple inches below the navel. Drop the tailbone down. Pause, meditate on the lower belly. Just notice how you feel after this sequence. Right? Notice if you feel any difference. And I'd love to hear, if you feel like commenting at some point and just letting me know how you felt after this particular sequence. I'd love to hear and know what the effect was like for you. Okay, just centering in the lower belly, pausing, just letting the energy settle here. All right, and then pull the hands to the lower belly, rub the belly down, take a breath in. Rub around the waist, rub the lower back down. Take a breath in. Good. And let's walk the feet together. Let's take care of the knees. We've been standing a lot. So let's rotate the knees. Loosen up those knees. And then reverse. Yeah, bend and straighten the knees. Okay. Now we'll end with a meditation, so let's take a seat. We'll get a nice comfortable position. So since we're working with the organs, let's end this practice today again with my version of the inner smile. So spine straight, close your eyes, and in your mind, and also to create positive mood, right? In your mind, imagine a beautiful, warm smile. And if you can generate that yourself through smiling yourself, that's great. If that's difficult for you today, just visualize someone that you know from your past or in your life, even your doggy, who has that kind of joyful, smiling, warm energy. Right? Someone you know who has that warm smile that makes you feel lighter and connected and safe. And imagine that in your mind. Feel it in your body. More than anything, I really want you to see if you can tap into the feeling of the smile. It's an uplifting, lighter, more joyful energy, right? Then I want you to place that that feeling and that image inside of your brain. Like imagine in the cranium, behind the eyes. You're feeling that energy, that feeling, sending it there. Holding it there for a moment. Okay, and then just slowly directing that down into your throat. Throat, thyroid. Warm, smiling energy. If you want to give it a color, I usually visualize the color gold. Like a warm gold color. And then moving it down into the heart. Smiling down into the heart organ. Imagine the heart organ smiling back at you. Just sending good vibes, good energy into your body, to your internal organs, to your yin organs. And then down into the lungs as well, so encompassing not just the heart, but all the way into the lungs, filling your lungs up. Smiling down into your lungs. Generating that positive charge, that positive energy. Connectedness, warmth, safety, care and appreciation. Then from there, breathing down into your spleen organ. Let's go to the left side of your belly and down into the spleen. Smiling down into the left side. And imagine the spleen smiling back at you. Helping the spleen soften. Good. And then breathing into and smiling down to your right side, to your right ribs, to your liver. And seeing if the liver can relax and soften, charging the liver up. Imagine the liver smiling back at you. Good. And then smiling down into your lower back, into your kidneys, kidney adrenals. Nice. And then I like to smile down all the way into all the yang organs, right? The gallbladder, the hollow organ, stomach, small, large intestine. Okay. bladder, just into the abdomen, lower belly, smiling down into all those organs. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're practicing. Saying hello, sending them gratitude, appreciation for all they do, right, to keep you sustained and alive and vital. And all the way down into your reproductive organs. Your testes, your ovaries, your uterus. Right into the base of the body, into the root. Good. And then from there, inhale that all that positive charge up the spine from the tailbones. Imagine like a straw, you're sipping it. Lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, into the cranium, back into the brain. And from there, imagine signaling to all the cells in the body, smiling into all the cells in the body. So the whole body, all the cells, all the skin cells, nerve cells, right, all those connective tissue, fascia, all the other glands. As the body itself begins to radiate the smile, the blissful, warm, relaxed feeling, the easeful feeling, joyful feeling. Okay, and then gathering all that into the heart as you bring palms together in front of the heart. And just imagine sending some of that, right? That's just leaking off of your body. You can imagine sending that, emanating that to friends and family, and also to the people who you might not know, right? That you know are out there. Holding them in your heart. Anyone who might be struggling, imagine sending them some of that warmth, the care, kindness, wishing well for them. And also if there's an opportunity to taking some sort of proactive action to helping someone today. To spread that positive energy in a practical manner as well. Even if it's just a text, even if it's just checking in with someone or letting someone know you're thinking of them. All right, great. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Hope this helped. If you noticed any effect, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how it was for you. If you noticed helped your mood at all, and just share it with anyone if you think this might be helpful as well. But again, this one is a bit more of an intermediate practice, so for experienced practitioners, this will be better, I'm sure, but something to work up to for beginners. Okay, all right, thank you.